Hello, everyone, and welcome into the Hospitality Room presented by Mascot Media. Bobby Swafford, Blair Cartwright with you on a Thursday afternoon, and we are glad to be a part of your day whenever you listen to the podcast. Hey, let us know when you do listen or watch the
hmm
podcast on X or send us an email. Just be curious to know. That's the great thing about podcasts. You can, whenever.
Whenever you want. Yeah.
It's perfect. And speaking of podcasts, I know one you'd probably love is called In the Huddle with Jason Lockenfor, Carl Dukes put him up, and Brian Baldinger, and they talk NFL, and it's
hmm
right up your alley.
I
So
love Baldy. I love the clips he
he's
puts on
good.
Twitter breaking down film. I really
Yeah.
do. I am not sponsored by Magellan, but there's a logo on my shirt too.
Oh, hey, well, I got an Under Armour, and they don't
Yeah.
sponsor me. I wish they would, or Carhartt, whatever.
Yeah.
But that's okay. So how are you on this Thursday
I'm good.
afternoon?
Yeah, things are starting to ramp up. We got golf state meets next week for
Oh
girls
wow,
and boys the following. Got some state tennis coming up. Oh, by the way, conference high school football starts this week. We're a
yes
month
it
out from
does.
volleyball postseason. Grad school is rolling along. About to finish my first class.
Oh
Your boy is
nice.
busy. Your boy is very, very busy these
Yeah.
days.
Wait, you say finish your first class?
hmm
Wow. Way to
They're
go.
eight
And how
weeks. So they
how
what they
how
do
are
is
our
they
grades? Do I
I'm
need
good.
to take the car keys?
I have a 97.7 in my class right now. Who knew 20 plus years of being a media guy and writing in newspaper style that
Yeah.
APA style would be such a booger? But it is. Don't
Really?
even have a clue what APA style is. And I was so focused on getting the citations correct for a paper, I actually
Yeah.
forgot to put a paper in APA style. And so it's like I got
Oh
no
wow.
indentions, no tabs, no spacing, and they ding me for it.
Dang. Now, do you do it? I guess is the proper style now? Well, now we can't even call it Twitter esque because it's not
Mm,
even Twitter anymore. But with
yeah.
abbreviations and
No, none of that. So
hashtags.
I'm going back to like full legit, like having to look up how to write a paper. It's kind
Oh
of crazy. I
gosh.
sit here and write all day and pound out things for social media or press releases, and I go to write some of these reports or case studies that I'm having to do, and it's a completely different world.
Wow. Wow.
Don't
That's
encourage you to take a let me do some quick math here 19-year break in between
yeah.
school, but I've
Well,
done so.
never stop learning though, because we are all
That's
about
right.
education here in the hospitality
Yeah.
room.
First book I've
Oh,
read in probably 15 years, and here we are.
wow. Oh, a
Yeah.
actual book. Okay.
Actual book. Yeah.
Everything I read is
I can't
on
do that.
this. Yeah,
Yeah, I want to. It's what's crazy is the
it's
physical
sad.
copy was cheaper. The physical copy right there was cheaper than the digital copy.
That's insane.
Well, I bought it used, so that helps.
Yeah, but even so, I mean, it's just yeah. But
hmm
oh well, we digress.
Yep.
All right, let us begin and go to our talking points. Well, college football is a mess. That's not the one we want to get to yet. We will get to that though. First, the UMass in Las
Gosh.
Vegas. Okay, it's bad enough they're
Mm,
trying to figure out what conference to be in. Oh, by the way, football team's 3-0, and the quarterback says, yeah, and pay me my NIL. I'm out
I'm
the
out.
door. I'm redshirting.
Uh-huh.
USC's had a defensive tackle do it. UNLV had a running back do it, but that was over playing time. And if anybody thinks this is just an isolated case, they're nuts because this is going to happen everywhere. And it's going to happen eventually to a ranked team because you can play four
hmm
games, keep your red shirt. But I mean, man, what a mess.
It is. I mean, and UNLV was in the top 25 this week, and a lot of people that was the pick to be the at large or the number 12 seed in the college football playoff this year. Um, one, youngsters, old
Yeah.
people, whoever the case may be. What if you're talking contracts? Write it down.
Yeah. That was
Maybe,
the,
just
yeah.
maybe, make sure your agent is, oh, by the way, licensed in the state that you're going to go sign and play.
Yeah.
Right.
The,
All of it just stinks to high heaven, and
yes.
it's a disaster for UNLV, and honestly, it's a disaster for future NIL deals because now schools and players are going to make sure that everything's done before they sign that transfer letter. and enroll in your school. So yeah, honestly, I think this is just the start of this is that first snowflake, if you will, that starts the
Hmm.
avalanche. And I really think
Yes.
that's what's going to happen.
Oh yeah. I mean, and to think, just wait till bowl season because you know this
Oh
is going to
no,
happen. It's going to be, hey, give me some money, and the Bulls have money, so
yeah. Hmm.
how I don't know,
Outside of
but
the college football playoff, we're done seeing players in bowl games, like meaningful
oh,
players.
I think so. Well, I think so, and it was really a matter of time.
Hmm.
But first thing I heard, like you said, when this went down, Judge Wapner, People's Court, get it in writing, and if you
Hmm.
don't get it right, you take them to court. But you gotta have it in writing,
Have to.
and let's be honest, this is not the first time, nor will it be the last in athletics when somebody was verbally promised something and it didn't happen.
Yep.
Only
No,
now it's money.
yep. And now it's very public because UNLV's obviously got a couple of big time wins, and it's come out and you've seen a couple different reports that the agreement wasn't made, but now that they've got a win against a Big 12 team, was it maybe two Big 12 teams? I
Hmm.
can't remember who UNLV has played, and all of a sudden, oh, now they're asking for more money.
Yeah.
Now that he thinks he's worth more money, but so my question is, and I get he's gonna redshirt,
Yeah.
but does he have another year of eligibility? He's already a grad transfer. I haven't looked into this, and so maybe it's
Yeah.
well known that he's got an extra year of eligibility. But I mean, I forget. I miss the years when they gave you 5 years to play four
Yeah.
seasons.
He's
We need to
still
go back
got
to
1
that.
year because he graduated from Holy Cross.
Yeah.
I believe it's Holy Cross where he came from. So he's got the 1 year, and that's where COVID has screwed all this up too.
Mhm.
So these guys, are 29 going on 60
Well,
playing
and
for
that's
their
another.
fourth
I
year.
get that COVID didn't count. I understand
Yeah.
that. So like essentially you scrubbed 2020. That didn't happen. But like
Yeah.
I was
And you
even
get an
looking at like
extra
say
year.
UC. So that I see my school UCA has a quarterback whose first year in college was 2018. He redshirted in 2018, but he's played in 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and now 2024. So technically, this is would be his sixth year or his fifth year if you wipe away COVID. So how are you playing in 5 years now? I don't even understand how that's working.
Well, you get hurt. It was like Miami's got the kid
No,
who
he
this
never
is
had a
his
red shirt. The
yeah,
Miami
it's
kid
his
had
eighth year.
multiple medical
Okay.
red shirts. So this kid
Oh.
had a true red shirt in
Okay.
2018, played
Yeah.
19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and is now playing in 2024. So that is 6 years that he's playing on the field. So if you wipe away COVID, this is still
Wow.
the fifth year that he's playing in college football, which I don't understand how that's happening.
Has it been at UCA the whole time?
No, he started at Northern Iowa. So maybe he's
Okay.
getting an extra year because he graduated.
See,
Maybe.
I
I don't
think
know.
you get an extra year if you graduate or something.
Crazy.
It makes no sense. They need to go to just
Yeah.
a 5 year window,
And play 4 years like
whatever.
they used to. Yeah.
Yeah, or you get 5 to play 5, whatever.
Mhm.
But
He hands the ball
but
off really well, though. I'll give him that. Can't throw it for shit, but whatever.
but the problem is nobody's in charge.
No,
And
none.
nobody will ever be in charge because you can't tell me that you're going to get Georgia and Alabama to agree to anything that doesn't
Mhm.
benefit them or the SEC. It's going to be at some point it's just going to become the SEC and the Big 10.
It is.
And then everybody else is going to be off to do whatever they're going to do. And basically, it kind of is now because the SEC and supposedly the Big Ten are now having talks again about scheduling
Hmm.
and all this stuff. But I mean, let's face it, that's where all the money is.
Yeah. I mean, those 32 to 40 teams, I can't remember how many teams are in each conference now. Those 32 to 40
Yeah.
teams are essentially dominating the landscape. They own it.
Hmm.
Doesn't matter
Yeah.
what the Big 12 says, doesn't matter what any member of the ACC says. Those two leagues have all the power. And yeah, we've talked about it for a couple of years now in this podcast. I'm a firm believer that within 5 years, they do their own thing anyway, at least as far as
Yeah.
college football is concerned.
Yeah. Football needs to break off because that's the whole enchilada right there. It's
Hmm.
not any of the other sports. And again, if it was simple to leave the NCAA, they would have done it by now.
Yep.
There's a reason they haven't, but nobody talks about that. But it's just, I don't know. It's crazy, but this is going to be the start of it. I mean, who can you imagine Barry Odom? I mean, a week ago, he's riding high. They're ranked. Everybody's happy. What's this do to the locker room?
Oh, it's got to put it up in shambles. I mean, because you've got a starting quarterback. Granted, he's a run first quarterback, but I mean, you've got your starting quarterback of a ranked team rolling into conference play, and now it's like the rug's pulled out from under me. If I'm a player on that team, doesn't matter if I'm a starting offensive tackle or the third string punter, I just feel like maybe one of our better players just quit on us.
Yeah,
And now you're starting to, and because I'm sure there's a lot of misinformation. So unless Barry Odom has gotten in front of his team and said, "Hey, this is exactly what we offered. This is exactly what was agreed upon," so and of course you try to keep all that stuff in house. And I think Sam Pittman said it best: is like, there's a lot of things players and agents can say, but coaches aren't allowed to say it. We can't come
yeah.
out and say what really happened. So a lot of times the truth is somewhere in the middle. But until the rest of the team understands the entire situation, they're going to think, "Hey, he quit on us because our coaches and our administrators aren't taking care of our team." And so
Yeah.
now you're starting to question, okay, who am I playing for? Am I going to play for myself, or maybe do I opt out and try to save my another year of eligibility?
It's insane. And it was
Mm-hmm.
over what, $100,000, which is insane.
Chop change.
Chump change, but still insane. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, you and I have to work what, 2 years to make that? Some people more. I mean, it's insane just to show up.
For 4 months. Yeah,
Insane.
yeah.
But
We can go
anyway,
back to TV, and that'd be a decade worth of his salary.
if we're lucky,
Yeah,
if we're lucky. All right, next topic. Say goodbye to Oakland. The A's playing their final game today in Oakland before they go to
yeah.
Sacramento for 3 years and then Vegas, maybe. Who knows? I mean, this is a debacle, and it's
It
sad
is.
in that it's dominating all the baseball talk right now.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's supposed to be the excitement of the playoffs getting ready to roll. Obviously teams are clinching those final spots, but instead, I mean, you've got a franchise who's had some success in not recent history, but at least in the last 10 or 15 years. But I mean, it's a disaster. I mean, they're having the 101 class of how not to run a franchise and how to operate a move, and it's
Yes.
unfortunate that uh, they're going to have a black eye. That franchise, until they get a new owner, is going to kind of be the laughing stock of baseball. And I don't understand, if you're a free agent or a player, why you would want to play for
No. No, and if you're an owner of another team, it's just it makes no
them.
sense why you're allowing it to happen.
Yeah, so you're in the American League West. So you're the Texas Rangers, and you
Yeah.
have now won a World Championship. And you've got a brand new stadium, brand new facility, and now I've got to go play games multiple times a year, multiple trips a year because they're in my division to a minor league ballpark.
Yeah.
That's what they're about
I
to do for a couple of years.
I
I would
can't yeah.
That would hurt me as a
I
professional athlete who's used to a certain level of
yeah.
amenities. Now I'm going to go play in the minor leagues again.
I'm surprised the players union has not rebelled on that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Or maybe they're asleep at the wheel. Who
Hmm.
knows? But it's just bizarre. All right. Let's get to pick time. Let's start with college. How about that for dramatics?
Mm.
A&M, Arkansas, and Arlington for the final time finally. And the Aggies are 4-point favorites.
I said it until I was blue in the face. They can't pick Arkansas until they win a close, meaningful game, and they did it last week.
Yeah.
Does that mean I have to pick them? Am I obligated now to keep
You
picking the
know,
Hogs?
do you have it in writing?
No, I don't. I don't
Okay,
have it
then
in
you're
writing.
not
That's a good
you're
point.
not obligated.
That's a great point. Until I wrote it down and I write
Okay.
Hogs. Give me
Oh,
Arkansas.
you're going to take the Pigs. I'm going to take the Aggies.
Yeah.
I just and I don't know if this is an advantage or disadvantage because Petrino was there last year, but teams change so much now. I mean, really, it's not the same team. I don't know if Traylon Green can make the throws to beat the defense.
Yeah, I mean that's the question mark about this quarterback with Green. 23 of 53 over his last two games. Just a little over 40% completion percentage. You like how they're playing defense. Texas A&M's already changed quarterbacks this year. They look quick defensively, so the mobile quarterback doesn't scare you as much. As far as Texas A&M, Taylor Green on the ground does give Arkansas an advantage, and that's why I kind of lean the Hogs in this. I think this is very similar to last week's game against Auburn, though. I think this is a mid-20s type of game, 24-21, 24-17, or in that neighborhood. I think Arkansas's defense kind of showed me something last week. Not that it's a great team in Auburn. I get it, and it's not great either. I think Arkansas wins this, and now the question, if they do, is Game Day coming to Fayetteville next week for Tennessee?
That we shall see. It's going to be a slap
Hmm.
fight. We know that. And if it comes down to a field goal, good luck, both
Yeah,
teams. Two teams that
mm,
got to have a win or it's
gotta
done.
have
I
it.
mean, amazing already. Oklahoma State at K State, Wildcats -5.
Yeah, Oklahoma State just did not show up last week against Utah at home. So maybe getting on the road, get away. Sometimes that's what you need. Hit the reset button. I think they got to get the run game going a little more. Five seems a little large for me, though. I think this is the field goal contest. So because of the size of the spread, I'm going to go Pokes.
Yeah, I'm with you. That's just too big. It'd be probably a field goal. Gundy teams tend to get better, but
Hmm.
man, you do not want to be the loser of that game. Shouldn't be close, but the line seems undervalued.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, Kentucky played so well against Georgia, and they were literally one play away from pulling that upset. You just kind of wonder, how do they bounce back from that? I mean, they were so close to beating what most people thought was the best team in the country, and they're going on the road. But this is also the first legit test that Ole Miss has had. Ole Miss has played
Hmm.
Cupcake U pretty
Yes.
much every week, including Wake Forest. I know they played a Power Four school, but Wake Forest is not it.
No.
I'm going to take Ole Miss to cover, but I think this one of those games you feel like it might be close for a half. But Kentucky just does not have the firepower to keep up with an Ole Miss offense.
This is the typical Ole Miss big show game
Hmm.
because Kentucky's not very good. Wait till we get to top. Lane has yet to beat a top 10 team, but yet we
Yeah,
want to keep comparing our NIL to them, and they don't have any banners to hang. So
yeah,
we'll see. This is also interesting because it could be the end of Colorado being in the spotlight.
yeah.
KJ
Should have been
and
last week.
Gus get 14.
Yeah, I mean this should have been the end of Colorado last week because
Should have. If they play
should have. I mean,
defense
yeah, I mean the Hail Mary just completely bails them out at the end.
against a
But
team who's coached by a defensive guy.
know, you look at what UCF is doing on the ground though this year. I mean, 1,100 yards rushing in 3 games. They are just going to mow people over. I don't. Colorado's not going to be able to stop them, and I think UCF can play just enough defense. But I think it's a hook game. I'm going to go Colorado to cover, but I think this is a 10 to 13 point win for UCF.
Okay,
So
I'll
that
go with
14, the extra point is going to give it for me.
I'll go with the Knights because I think KJ runs wild,
Yeah,
and we've seen that happen before.
yeah.
This just looks odd to see this game. Period.
Hmm.
Oklahoma at Auburn, and then the, the spread is 2.
Yeah.
What's the over 10? I mean, the two teams in dire need of a quarterback.
Yes. Oklahoma's defense did impress me last week. I mean, they did everything they could to hang with Tennessee. They just didn't have enough firepower. Over under is 45 and a half. I'd
Ooh,
probably take the under on that, but I'm going to take Oklahoma to get the win on the road.
I'm with you. I don't see how Auburn can even, as bad as OU's offense is, I just don't see how Auburn scores to even get
Correct.
into
Yeah.
single digits. This is a big line. Can they cover? Would be the only
Yes.
question. Because State
Yeah.
doesn't have a quarterback now. Okay.
Yeah. Mississippi State, they have a lot of things. Yeah. So
They've got cowbells.
Texas,
Yeah.
big. Yeah.
Yeah.
You lose
It's
by
in
17 to Florida. You lose by 24 to Toledo. You're not sticking with Texas.
yeah, and it's in Austin. So they have no
Yep.
chance. This is wild.
Hmm.
Yes, Alabama is getting points at home. First time that's happened in forever. Do you take the points?
I don't think so. I mean, yes, Georgia looked bad against Kentucky. I think they were overlooking it. Alabama certainly looked very good against Wisconsin, but Georgia destroyed Clemson, who's played pretty well since then. Uh, they've had a week to prepare for this, the extra week off, I believe it was. Yeah, I think Georgia flexes the muscles a little bit, and they take care of business on the road.
I agree. Kalen DeBoer has seen this Georgia defense, and he saw it in the championship game, and they absolutely destroyed him, and they had no answer.
Hmm.
I don't think this offense is as good as that Washington offense. Georgia will destroy. So we are in agreement there. And our final one, Illinois, Mr. Bielema, Barry Lunny Jr. You're going to give
Yeah,
Barry 18 points. Is it enough to beat Penn State?
yeah, that's way too many points. Give me Illinois all day.
Okay.
If I'm looking for a lock this week, it may be this one. There's no way that they're 2.5 touchdowns better than Illinois.
Yeah. And Illinois' defense is pretty good. Even though Penn State's
Hmm.
offense is better, it's still Penn State's offense. So we've made the college picks. Time for the pros. Tonight in the Meadowlands, the Giants get 5.5.
I mean, I guess you got to go Cowboys. I mean, this is like the least confident pick you can make. Um, it's do or die time for the Cowboys. I mean, they almost have to win tonight because of the schedule they got coming up. And I saw this tweeted out earlier today. Let's see if I can pull it up really quickly. The Cowboys have at Steelers, Lions, 49ers, the next three. Cowboys have to win this game, so that's why I'm gonna pick Dallas.
I'm going with Dallas too because this is the game Dallas wins. The
Yeah.
Giants are terrible. So whatever. Saints at Falcons, a little division action going down. Yeah, division weekend.
Hmm.
Falcons -2 at home with cheap
Yeah.
concessions.
Yeah. New Orleans looked so good the first 2 weeks, and then really came back down to earth against Philly. Atlanta was right there with the Chiefs, just couldn't make that final play in the end. I'll take Atlanta to win this one at home.
Okay. We're in
I don't have
agreement
a lot
on
of
that.
confidence.
No, I'll take the Falcons too. I think Derek Carr, it's starting to slide.
They're wearing the throwback reds though, which will be cool.
Ooh, that'll be nice. This is a game.
Yeah.
You just four. Four is the
Yeah.
line. How? Ooh.
The Andy Dalton Bowl. Who knew that the
Yeah.
Red Rockets
Oh, I
would be
forgot
a
about
problem for
that.
Cincinnati's on
Yeah.
3. And if they're going to make the playoffs, they have to win this week. And it is literally now, if not now, win. Just because the importance of this, I'll go Cincinnati. I know we're about to start speeding up the picks on this one.
Oh, we can
Or the
always
Bengals.
stop the clock. I'll take the. I forgot about the Red Rocket. I'm taking the Panthers. I'm insane. Rams Bears.
Mm. Bears haven't shown me enough for them to be a favor. The Rams really showed some guts last week in the fourth quarter, come back from 10 down to beat the 49ers. That being said, I'm still going to take the Bears.
Really? You'll take the Bear? I'll take the Rams. McVay against
Eberflus.
Flugelhaus.
Yeah.
Eberflus.
Yeah.
I'm not liking that. This should be a
Mm.
dandy.
This is
Vikings
going
at
to be good.
Packers. We don't know if Love will play.
Yep.
Even if he does, he's not going to be 100%.
Yep.
Packers -2.5.
Can't believe I'm going to say this, but give me Sam Darnold and the Vikings.
I'm with you because Brian
Yeah.
Flores' defense is going nuts,
They're good.
and Aaron James.
Yeah, Aaron Jones is a stud.
Aaron Jones
Yeah.
makes
He's
his
going back home
return.
playing. Yeah, you're right.
He's
Yeah, I
gonna
like
be a
that.
little. He's gonna be a little juiced. So, Jaguars at Texans.
Man. Jaguars have to have it. I mean, they've really
Yeah.
scuffled over. I mean, they're kind of in the same boat now with Cincinnati. I mean, a team that's supposed to be in the playoff hunt, and now this is for their playoff lives. I mean, to be quite honest,
Oh,
6.5
this,
is a big spread for me. This feels like a field goal game, so I'll take Jacksonville to cover. Don't know if I have a lot of confidence in them to win the game though.
ooh. I will take the Texans and Doug Peterson. White courtesy phone, please. Steelers at Colts in a game that will set offense back at least another 20 years. But
Yeah.
Justin Fields is what, 75% completion
Hmm.
rate?
Not turning the ball over. Yeah, that's big. The Colts are
Whoa.
not going to score. The Colts may not score 1.5 points. So I'll take the Steelers.
Yeah, I'm with you. The Colts are, yeah. And is Jim Irsay okay? We have not heard from the Mad Tweeter.
Hmm. Yeah.
Little shocking. Broncos at Jets.
I think the Broncos come back down to earth. I mean, last week might have been, I don't know, whatever you call it. It was a fluke for them. They had that kind of offensive explosion. The Jets played really, really well. Have a few extra days off after the last Thursday night game. I'll take the Jets. As I almost vomit to say that.
Who won Hackett Bowl 1 last year?
Uh, yeah, that's a
Of
good
course,
question. I don't
Aaron
remember.
didn't play. So,
Yeah.
well, no, that was Sean Payton. So,
Hmm.
well, yeah, I'll take the Jets too. I think he's got something to prove. Eagles at Bucks. Bucks getting 2.
Yeah.
Eagles, a lot of
I mean,
injuries.
the same reason I think that the Broncos don't win this week is the same reason I think the Bucks do win because I don't think they're going to lay an egg back to back weeks. They're at home. That offense is too good to be held down for too long. Philly's defense did show me a lot last week. I said it earlier this week. Really like the way those Georgia players are starting to come together on that Philly defense, but I think Tampa's got enough offense to get a win at home.
I'm one with you. I like the Bucks too, and I think the Eagles are going to be a headline next week.
Yeah.
The Commanders.
Mm.
Daniels coming off a historic performance against Kyler Murray. This ought to be a shootout.
Yeah.
Cardinals giving 3.5.
This is crazy to say, but the Commanders haven't punted in more than 2 games. I'm all in on Jaden Daniels.
Ooh.
He's fun to watch. Eckler not going to play this week for the Commanders. That's going to hurt some. But I think their offense is gimmicky enough that teams don't know how to slow it down. But Arizona is going to have seen a lot of it because they do a lot of the same things. Obviously, Kingsbury being there with the
Mm-hmm.
Commanders, the familiarity there. I'm going to go Washington win this one on the road.
Ooh, I will take the Cardinals. So we differ there. Patriots, your guys giving 10.
I mean, just because it's double digits, I'll take the Patriots. But I don't.
Ooh.
They're not going to win this game. They're a really really bad team. And with Bosa's got to be licking his chops with that offensive line.
I will take the 49ers and give the points. I just think it's going to be one of those get back games, and Shanahan's got a little
Yeah,
something to prove. Ooh, Browns Raiders. Must I watch?
yeah. You don't have to, I don't think, and I don't know if you should. Raiders, just because I'm never going to pick Deshaun Watson in a meaningful game. So
I
Raiders.
I love the logic. Chiefs at Chargers. I'm going to stop the
No
clock
Derwin
for a moment.
James to go to lock up with Kelsey. That's big. The Chargers struggle to score points, and it's going to take at least 21 on a given Sunday to beat the Chiefs. I'll take Kansas City.
Man, I'm torn on this one because the Chiefs never cover. They always struggle with the Chargers. The
Hmm.
Chargers
Herbert's
are
questionable
banged.
though.
Herbert's questionable. They've got a bye next week, so it's like, why would you even play him? But
Hmm.
Harbaugh, the Harbaugh factor.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give me the Chargers. I think the Chiefs win, but it's gonna be a Bucker 61-yard field goal or something to win this at the end. Bills Ravens Sunday night. Which team shows up in each uniform almost?
yeah. I mean, these are the games that you circle on the calendar, right? You get Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. Um, Man, you paused the clock on me, so
Yeah.
it kind of threw me off there. Like this is a really long second I'm talking about here. I'll go Buffalo.
Ooh, you're gonna
I've
you
eaten all the
buying the
crow about
Bills.
the Bills. Yeah, I've eaten all the crow on the Bills, saying they're going to lose double digit games, and now let's go the other direction with it.
I don't know why, but something tells me to take the Ravens. So I shall take the Ravens. We have another dual Monday night.
Hmm.
Why I don't know. And why are they not picking better games? Ooh, ooh.
Yeah,
Titans, Dolphins. Ugh.
with all of the uncertainty at quarterback for the Dolphins, I don't know that you can pick them. Even
Is
though
that
Levis and the Titans are a disaster, I don't know that you can pick Miami to win a meaningful game either until they figure out what they're doing at quarterback.
is that the line or is that the over under?
Both, yes.
Ugh.
It's gonna be two. It's gonna be a 2-0 contest.
It wouldn't shock me. So you're going with the Titans? You're going
Yeah.
with the mayonnaise in the coffee quarterback, Will Levis.
Yep.
Boy, Will Levis, Skylar Thompson. That's a serious push. I think you got to go. Yeah, I'm going to go Dolphins. I think you got to
Whatever
go
the
with the
over under
proven head
is,
coach.
yeah, bet the
Go,
under.
go significantly under. Then Seahawks. I'll restart the clock. Seahawks, Lions. This ought to be the game to
Not a bad,
watch.
yeah, not. I don't think I'll be watching a lot of that Dolphins contest with this one on the other channel.
Let's hope.
Um, Seahawks are significantly. I'm not gonna say better because I thought they were going to be a solid team, but they've shown a little moxie to start the season. I like Detroit though. If Ragnow's out, he's going to be week to week,
It's
but
a
he's
big
already been ruled out for
loss.
this week. That's a big loss in the interior of the offensive line. But I go Detroit. I think they've got enough weapons to at least be able to outscore Seattle.
Yeah. Monday night, Detroit. They need a win. They need it in a big way. Yeah, I think it's going to be the Lions. So we'll go with the Lions on that. Hopefully, our pick totals, we see our picks. We were absolutely awful last week. So hopefully, we are much better this week. Man, I just, it's heating up. Playoff time. Football is here. The leaves starting to turn. It's awesome, isn't it?
It is. And one thing, here's my final thoughts for the day. And a good luck tomorrow night. Conference play for high schools across the state. You got to tell Matt Jones to let you talk more. He talks too much. I need more Blair Cartwright voice.
Never.